Well, howdy, friends. Welcome into another episode of Nash Trash with our good friend, the queen of the ACMs, Debbie Reynolds.
And I believe the score was 5-2.
5-2. Yeah. Once again, I failed miserably, and Debbie Reynolds deserves the crown. Of course, next year when I win, do I get a crown or do I have to have a tiara like yours?
You should wear that. This has become the ACM tiara. So we will, if you win, I will make sure it gets FedEx to your home. And today, in honor of being the queen, today is the queen's actual birthday. She's 95 today.
Well, happy birthday to Queen Elizabeth.
I know, very much indeed. But this was a wonderful week in country music history. Things that I had never even heard about happened during this week. So let's start off with a really great, it's for the girls. On April 19th of 1980, for the very first time in history, the top 5 positions on the Billboard Hot Country Singles were held or one co-held by female artists. The top 5 included It's Like We Never Said Goodbye, Miss Crystal Gale, A Lesson in Leaving, Dottie West, great singers. Are You on the Road to Loving Me Again, Debbie Boone, Beneath Still Waters, Emmylou Harris, and then Two Story House, which was written by Tammy Wynette, but it was a duet with George Jones and Tammy Wynette. So congratulations to these wonderful ladies for making history.
Well, I'll tell you, there's enough women out there that are really, really talented. We need to have this happen again. Women get the short end of the stick when it comes to country music.
And that was pretty evident on the ACM Awards the other night, especially with Entertainer of the Year. There was not a woman in the mix. But let's move on. Also on April 19th, but in 1993, there was the USA Today printed a report that 2,800 never released tapes were discovered at a Nashville auction, and they named it Unchained Melodies. This was the name of their story. But the tapes dated back to 1953 to 1971, and they were rumored, never proven, I guess, but rumored to contain material by Bob Dylan, Johnny Cash, Roy Orbison, Tammy Wynette, Charlie Rich, and so many other artists. Now, Sony Music filed a lawsuit preventing the tapes from being released and claimed they belonged to them, and probably they've never been released. Never knew whatever happened to it. But isn't that an interesting story?
I hope that Sony didn't destroy them.
Oh, let's hope not. No, let's hope not.
Because even a bad song by Roy Orbison is still going to be a pretty good song. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, absolutely.
And I mean, Bob Dylan, Johnny Cash, Tammy Wynette. That's country music gold. Which I'm sure why Sony wanted to get their hands on them, because they knew what they had. But man, they should release that stuff.
Which is kind of interesting because after Prince died, and it was today's the anniversary of his death. They found so many unreleased tapes that they've been releasing every year some more songs. So yes, let's get those tapes out if we can.
Yeah, Sony needs to do that. Sony, if you're listening, get on the job. That's all I can tell you.
Absolutely. April 20th, 1959, Gold Band Records released Puppy Love. It was a song recorded by 13-year-old Dolly Parton, but she recorded it actually 2 years earlier when she was just 11 years old. Now, as we know, the song did nothing for Dolly Parton, but we do know that it was a 1972 hit for Donny Osmond.
Donny Osmond, yeah, it became a big, big seller for him. Put him on the map, kind of.
Absolutely, absolutely. April 20th, 2008, Hank Williams, Steve Wariner, and the Nitty Gritty Dirt Band were all added to the Music City Walk of Fame in Nashville. Great group of people to be out there. Did you know on April 21st, 1949, Roy Rogers had his handprints embedded in concrete in front of Grauman's Chinese Theater in Hollywood. But not only did Roy Rogers have his handprints, but Trigger had his footprints at the same time.
Yeah, I've looked at that one day when I was in Los Angeles. I looked at where Roy Rogers signed his name and Trigger's hoof prints. That was kind of cute.
That was kind of neat. April 22nd, 2007, Emmylou Harris, Winona Judd, and the Crickets and John Haidt were inducted into the Music City Walk of Fame in Nashville as well. So another great group there. On April 23rd, 1992, a 13-mile stretch of Mississippi Highway 29 was renamed Tammy Wynette Highway after the music queen herself. I don't know that I've ever been on Highway 23, but since I'm going through Mississippi in a few months, maybe I'll go find it.
Well, if you do, stop and get a picture in front of the sign with your tiara on, okay?
We'll do that. April 23rd, 2009, Evansville, Illinois. Declared that day Taylor Swift Day, because did you know that was the very first headline tour concert she did?
Wow.
And 2009, just think of that. Whew, not too long ago.
Not too long ago.
Guess who her opening act was? Kelly Pickler.
Kelly Pickler.
Isn't that interesting? In 2009, she broke out and had Kelly Pickler as her opening act. And, a few months ago, we talked about Tennessee's state song, and we were able to tell everyone all about Tennessee's state song. Well, on April 24th of 1979, Ray Charles's Georgia on My Mind was proclaimed the state song of Georgia because he was a native of Georgia, born there in 1930. And I looked it up yesterday. It's still the state song.
Well, good. I mean, Ray Charles was something else. He was quite an entertainer and his realm of music, just unbelievable.
True. Let's say happy birthday to a few people. On April 29th, singer, guitarist, and songwriter Matt Stell was born in Arkansas. April 20th, Wade Hayes was born in Oklahoma. April 22nd was big day tomorrow, would have been Glenn Campbell's birthday, died in 2017, as you know. But it's also Michael Hobby, who's a member of 1,000 Horses. It's his birthday. 23rd of April is Roy Orbison's, would have been his birthday. Died many years ago, but he's born in Vernon, Texas, not too far north of Dallas-Fort Worth. And on April 24th, newly crowned ACM winner, Carly Pierce, is celebrating her, she was born in 1990. What does that make her? 31 years old?
Yeah, 31. Wow. 31, yeah. I left out a decade, 31 years old.
And then also celebrating a birthday on the 24th is Danny Gokey. I don't know if you know Danny Gokey. He was a third place finisher on American Idol season 8 and still a great singer. Does a few concerts in and around. Kelly Clarkson, also born on the 24th. Happy birthday. And Oak Ridge Boys member Richard Sturban was born on the 24th. And finally, on April 25th, Rory Lee Feek celebrates his birthday. So happy birthday to all these people.
Yeah, happy birthday to all those folks, especially Richard Sturban.
Oh, great guy, isn't he?
Boom, papa, mow. You sure can.
Well, the Grand Ole Opry has an excellent lineup coming up. Friday night, they added on Monday a few more tickets because they're beginning to open it up a little bit more. They may be sold out by now, but they've got a good lineup on Friday night. Anita Cochran, Jimmy Fortune, the Oak Ridge Boys, as we've been talking about, Gene Robertson, Jeannie Seeley, and Elvie Shane. But Saturday night has been sold out a long time. And if you've got a ticket, you better hold on to it because Saturday night has Luke Combs, Nico Moon, Gene Robertson, George Thorogood, Rhonda Vinson, and Mark Wills. What a lineup. Just having Luke Combs and Nico Moon on the stage together. Wow. And then next Tuesday night, they've got a show that Lindsay L., Sierra Hull, and Justin Moses, Charlie McCoy, and I think he is so fun, Dusty Slay, Caitlin Smith, and Mitchell Tenpenny are all going to be on the stage at the Opry. So tune in or get your tickets.
Taking a look at the Texas charts, Casey Donahue came in at number 5 with Queen for a Night. Curtis Grimes is at number 4 with Friends. Parker McCollum, he's from the Woodlands, To Be Loved by You. Josh Abbott Band, Settle Me Down. And number 1 this week, Bart Crow with Pocket Full of Kisses. And then on the mainstream charts, the national country charts, Eric Church came in at number 5 with Hell of a View. Luke Combs went from number 12 to number 4. And I would bet you, being on the ACM is probably made a big difference. But
absolutely,
that's a pretty good jump, 12 to 4 with Forever After All. Sam Hunt's at number 3 with Breaking Up Was Easy in the 90s, and Jake Owens at number 2 with Made for You, and Gabby Barrett, she's number 1 with The Good Ones. And that is
Hang
a
on
wonderful,
there, girl.
that's a wonderful song. That really is.
Did you see what she did after winning the ACM awards?
What was that?
Went home and changed a dirty diaper. That's what she said.
Well, good for her. So I want to take a look at some of the new songs that are coming out. There's some new albums and some new singles. Now, Luke Bryan dropped on April 9th. He dropped a brand new album called Born Here, Live Here, Die Here. On the 20th, which is yesterday, Eric Church came out with Heart and Soul, and he actually released it in 3 different days. On the 30th, Thomas Rhett's coming out with Country Again. On the 7th, Miranda Lambert's officially releasing the Martha tapes, and Travis Tritt from the 1990s is coming out with Set in Stone. On the 14th, it's Alan Jackson's got a brand new album called Where Have You Gone, which is a great question for country music because they seem to be forgetting about the older artists. On the 21st, Blake Shelton, Body Language. That's the one that minimum wage is on. And June 11th, the Oak Ridge Boys are coming out with a brand new album called Front Porch Sittin'. And it's a lot of songs that you would have had if you were sitting on the front porch just picking with your friends. It's going to be a great album. I can't wait to get my hands on it. Several new singles are being released this week. Dustin Lynch has got Thinking About You, and along with Mackenzie Porter, she's on the song. Janelle Arthur, new song called Hand Me Down, and she's doing it with Dolly Parton. Kin Fo has got their brand new song Plain View. Luke Bryan with Waves. The Teague Brothers Band with Don't Want to Go Home. And our favorite, because we know her and love her, David Frizzell and Mary Sarah finally got to be able to release You're the Reason God Made Oklahoma for the 40th anniversary. So it actually got released on the 20th. So that's it's been available online for a little while, but it's now available to radio stations. Take a look at the number 1 songs for this week. Back on April 18th in 1964, Johnny Cash was number 1 for 6 weeks with Understand Your Man. And in 1966, Eddie Arnold took a Hank Cochran song called I Want to Go With You all the way to number 1. On the 19th, April 19th, 1969, Glenn Campbell hit number 1 with the CMT's number 8 country song of all time. You know what that was?
Galveston, for sure.
In case you don't know the history of the song or what it's about, Galveston was written from the point of view of a soldier in Vietnam, writing back home and thinking about his girlfriend.
Wow.
On April 20th, 1965, Roger Miller had a worldwide hit that was number 1, King of the Road. I can just see him going.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And in 1972, on the 23rd of April, Jerry Lee Lewis hit number 1 with Chantilly Lace.
And a pretty face.
And a pretty face, yeah. So let's take a look at all the songs, and the years that you get to choose from are 44, 54, 64, 74, 84, 94, 4, and 14.
Let's go with 14. 2014. Has to be Taylor Swift.
No, Florida Georgia Line. But This Is How We Roll. I was hoping you were going to pick the year of 1944, because I really want to hear Al Dexter and So Long Pal. I kind of missed that one. Concerts coming up in the area at Do-Si-Do in the Woodlands on the 22nd. Kevin Galloway. Now, you may not know Kevin Galloway by his name, but you know him by Uncle Lucius. And unfortunately, the band Uncle Lucius is no longer together. But Kevin Galloway still goes out and performs on his own, and most people think they're going to go see Uncle Lucius rather than go see Kevin Galloway. It's kind of like Hootie and the Blowfish. It's that kind of thing. On the 23rd, Scooter Brown is going to be at Do-Si-Do, and on the 25th, over at Pacific Yard House in Conroe, a really good band, Johnny and the Spinsations. They're going to be playing on Sunday afternoon. If I didn't have to be somewhere else, I think I'd be at Pacific Yard House. Copeland Dance Hall on the 24th, the Bellamy Brothers on the May 2nd, Rick Trevino, and on May 7th, Kevin Fowler. At Green Hall on the 24th is going to be the Eli Young Band, and on Friday, May 7th, Kyle Park is going to be there. Dwight Yoakam's going to be at the Arena Theater on May 27th, and the Bellamy Brothers, Gene Watson, and Mo Bandy, it's getting closer and closer. June 17th, they're going to be at the Arena Theater. And a show I wish I could go to, but I can't, at the John T. Flores Country Store in Helotes on April 30th. Asleep at the Wheel is going to be there.
Oh, what a good concert.
It really, if you've never seen Asleep at the Wheel, they are so good and so nice. After every show, they get out there and they meet with the entire band comes out and meets with all the fans. It's really nice.
Wow.
Some of our favorite artists, tell you where they're going to be. Aaron Watson going to be in Lava Cantina in the Colony on the 22nd. On Friday, they're going to be at the Frio Hill Country Grill in Cypress. And on Saturday, they'll be at Cook's Garage in Lubbock. Kevin Fowler is going to be at the Concho Pearl Ice House in San Angelo on Friday the 23rd. And at the Wild Wild West Fest. I bet that's a fun place in Andrews on Saturday the 24th. Kyle Park's going to be at Buck's Backyard in Buda on May 1st, and the Brewster Street Ice House in Corpus Christi on the 8th. And Sleep at the Wheel, like we said, they're going to be at Flores Country Store in Helotes on the 30th. And then they're going to be playing at Green Hall on Saturday, May 29th. I may have to go to that one.
That's Memorial Weekend, so that'd be a good weekend.
I'm going to be in Cleburne.
Oh, well, there you go.
Oh, well. So what else is going on in country music? Because I know you're going to hold it over my head once again about being the queen.
Well, I just think it's important to note that you, in all of the ACM Award predictions, you only got 2 of them right.
Yeah.
And I got
people, they need to step up. Right. They need to step up their game. That's all. I mean, if I'm only getting 2.
That's yeah. Now we neither one got the Entertainer of the Year, but the one thing that we both got was the new female artist of the year. We both knew that it was going to be Gabby Barrett, but other than that, we didn't really agree on anything else.
Well, we're different folk.
We are, but we should look at the awards show in general.
Yeah.
This year it was from 3 main stages, but then they added a few more venues out there that really seemed to complement the artists that were performing there. It was without a doubt to me, the top part of the whole show was Carrie Underwood and her medley from her new album, My Savior. But there were other things that to me were a real highlight of the show. I thought seeing Blanco Brown walk across the stage to give one of the awards after his horrific accident where it was not known how he would recover or if he would recover. To see him and to have him on stage, that was great. And I thought Mickey Guyton's performance of Hold On was breathtaking. It sent chills. It
did.
I don't know if you know that that's a song from a movie that came out a few years ago. And it was a movie, it's a true story about a young girl who's underwater. She is caught under the water for a while and they didn't know whether she would live. I think the movie's called Breathtaking, and I'm not sure, but it's a great movie. But unbelievable performance. And then, of course, if you were not shedding a tear when Chris Stapleton and Miranda Lambert performed Maggie's song, then I don't know who you are, because that was such a beautiful song in tribute to Maggie, the Stapleton's family dog, who died in 2019 at the age of 14. You know, they found that dog in an abandoned shopping cart. It was a furry little thing. They took it home, and she became such a major part of their family. And his wife was going to sing with him on the show, but she was called away because she's a doula, who is like a midwife, I guess. And there was a lady that needed her assistance. And so Miranda stepped in at the last minute and sang with him. And it was just a beautiful song.
Yeah. I really enjoyed the ACMs, but really, I think it was Carrie Underwood. Her performance was just wonderful. And congratulations to the ACM people and CBS for putting Christian songs in prime time. That doesn't happen much anymore. I was very glad to see that.
And you know, the show started out so much fun with Miranda Lambert and Elle King singing Drunk and I Don't Want to Go Home, but they were a hoot. And from that point on, the show seemed to have a lively spirit to it. But then when Carrie Underwood came on, she just enveloped every person. And I am sure if there had been 1,000 people in that auditorium, you could have heard a pin drop. Yeah, it was beautiful.
It got real quiet at our house. I tell you
that. Did me too. I mean, and I sat through her entire performance back on Easter Sunday. So to see her combine some of those great songs and bring CeCe Winans back out. And it was just, but I thought the show itself was really good. I thought Keith Urban and Mickey Guyton did a great job. It was good to see your favorite group, Little Big Town, perform on the streets of Nashville.
That was kind of neat.
Yeah, it was. You know, sorry for Philip, who has COVID and had to stay home, but they had his little stand-up poster right there, or stand-up image right there. So it was a good show. I thought it was great, and I'm so glad that I guessed more right than you.
As you usually do. All right. Well, Debbie Reynolds, I guess that's going to do it for this week. Anything else happening we need to know about?
No, just, you know, I was excited that Miranda performed 3 times on the show. You know how much we all love Miranda. So, and she'll be at Billy Bob's this weekend. So
that's right. Yeah,
it's a big weekend for her.
All right, Debbie Reynolds, I guess we'll see you next Wednesday. All right.
Sounds good.
Have a great week.
You too. Bye.
Bye-bye.